Alright, we're sort of recording. I'm just going to be commentating another game I did. This one was a 4 vs 4, except against hardest AI. Now I'll go over everyone's civs. I was Franks, and no, I did not make a single knight. Because when I play Franks, I prefer the vastly superior unit that is the throwing Axemen. So I'm Franks in the center. This is the Burmese, the Vietnamese, and the Portuguese. The easy. Turn on if you look for a bit, and I'll just... yeah, we'll speed up this part because nothing really interesting happens. This was a very grindy game, but it felt like we did... it felt like we got very lucky. So I started chopping wood, yada yada. Now again, like I said, not a single knight was made by me in this game. I prefer, yep, I say it, I don't want to go for knights because I love the throwing Axemen. It is one of my favorite, well, it's not my favorite unique unit, but I do enjoy the throwing Axemen. I think it's fun to hold the line with, and it throws off your opponent's expectations. Because they're expecting you to go for, you know, knights. So they make spears and camels. And, so come on. Alright, here's our AI. On the flank we have the Indians. Sultan Ala I don't speak Hindi. Or is it Hindi? In the flames. Alright, doesn't matter. I'm sitting on a new chair. Now, before I was sitting on... I was sitting on a kitchen chair, but they're not very comfortable, so I've tested people to buy me a new chair. It was... yeah, and I'm happy with this new one, but I think I still prefer the kitchen chair because I sit very slouchy. Alright, here's Magyar's Laszlo the First. Here's the Khmer. They were, I did something different them. You might have noticed. They were an original AI, not a new AI, because I just wanted to have one original AI. They did very poorly, because they got a very different civilization. And here's the Saracens. And yes, I know it's Saracens, but I'm gonna call them Saracens for now. I would have done this live, but I didn't know if it would actually be an entertaining game. And it was very grindy. Yeah, it wasn't we didn't do much, but it did feel like we were holding the line, eh? So here I am queuing up villages. I like... Franks aren't one of my favourite civs. I don't care for the knight line. I prefer... if I want to go for a cavalry civ, I will go for the Magyars, or the Khmer, or even Indians. I just don't like knights. Yeah, here he is raiding. Spoiler alert, he does end up leaving. But yeah, so walled. They start doing stuff, but here I am. Make stuff. Yeah, well, I was saying I don't like the Franks. My favorite thing about the Franks is the throwing Axemen. It is one of my favorite unique units, although I don't think I like it as much as I like the... don't like it as much as I like the Cataphract. So I'm getting the infantry upgrades. I think the only thing I upgraded for cavalry, aside from the attack upgrades, was the first armor. And at one point I did try and tech into the... at one point I did tech into the paladin, but I said no. Now I just removed it. But let's face it, two of those civs are designed to counter me with cavalry. And instead, our cavalry civ ended up being the Vietnamese, who made lots of cavaliers, even though I told him, please don't make cavaliers. I can handle their camels. You can't. He did anyway, but it was alright. So I'm getting lots of trade, which is good. And making these. As you know, the throwing axeman is not the most used unique unit, but it is definitely in my top 10. I prefer it to the Geppetto. I like that it's more of a bulk line. It's all good. So I send my dudes up and yeah, go Imperial. What I wanted to do was a fast Imperial into as many throwing axes. And we can see from this end that red didn't hold up well. That's the thing, you piss off the AI and they swarm. It's a good thing those defensive falcons were up, but we look at where I am and I'm at this point trying to get more throwing axemen out. And we look at my eco, I boomed more than usual, I don't make enough villages, it's bad. Yeah, my strategy, I thought what would happen was we go through this end, take out the Khmer player, and then we can swipe back and hit him. Turn on view for a bit. I'm just looking at people's bases, I get all of my upgrades, queue up some trade cards, get all that stuff. And it was worth it, because yeah, I fully committed to throwing Axemen. Apparently it has been 45 minutes in game, and I've been recording for 7. Alright, that slows down. Set up this. Here their village is going. I have these guys fully upgraded to end up being, which is worth it. Poor red should have probably invested in, I don't know, but he got swarmed. Those Magyar cavalry archers are very strong. Yeah, Dufe. I will put a view, I can see where I was at the time. Oh, I was there. I was trying to get stone because I wanted to get up another castle. That's good, these castles did their job. You can see I was queuing up. Their markets, I don't know where they were, but they were luring a boar. Some trade line. Yeah, so I told Orange to help Red, because Orange was the Vietnamese. And as you know, their skirmishers are... I like the Vietnamese. I warmed up to them. I didn't like them when the game first came out, but I love the Imperial Skirmisher. I didn't go into them at all. I would say the only units I made were bombard cannons and probably, yeah, bombard cannons and throwing axemen. Yeah. So while this is going on, I'll turn the speed up. Oh, I get it. So there's the Saracen Mamluks. They're pretty cool. I like the Mamluks. I like ranged infantry, but out of all of the ranged infantry, aside from maybe the Khmer, my favorite is probably the throwing axemen. Then again, I don't play Saracens so much. If I want to play camels, I go balls to the wall with the Indians. these elephant archers. So they're sitting there trying to hit us. Use a trap. So is the first epic battle I'm in. And I throw my dudes. Yeah, you'll see, throwing Axemen are probably not the best unit. But they're better against real people, because real people take into pikemen and shit to deal with your knights. And then you completely shock them by saying, no, I will be going for Axemen. As you can see, I'm trying to focus down their trebuchets. I'm actually not doing a very good job. Yeah, they do alright. Units tend to have, from what I've noticed, more pierce armor than melee armor. So the throwing Axemen does a good job of pissing them off. In there. Oh no. I did intend to focus down the traps. Do you see that animation thing? It's a wonder I still have to catch that. I don't know. Might not even do it. Yeah, they don't do much damage. But what they make up for in a lack of damage, they have in coolness. Look at that, they throw those axes. And I think it's because they're from a range, but they have the bulk of a melee unit. They hold the line pretty well. Even if they don't do damage, they do damage. But the point is that they just sit there and exist and kill units. How much damage do they do? At 11. Well, with these it's 10. Which makes sense. I only just realized this, but cavalry archers have more defense than, well, not after you get past the tactics, but they have more that melee armor. I'm an idiot. Turn on view, I can see where I was. I was looking at this and saying, oh my god. Probably queued up some. Yeah, I queued up coinage. That was a good move. I did end up using that market a lot. This front never really became a thing. But the Portuguese boy, he did stuff. Those organ guns didn't do their job very well though. But yeah, so these were the two major fronts here. Well, mostly there because they sort of left my boy Orange alone. Yeah, they're knocking the gate down. I'm sitting here with my elite throwing axe boys. Pay close attention to this area, it becomes very important. Good. I have just teched in these boys. Okay. I need to refresh this and get this relic. I remember I built the monastery just so I could research redemption. Well, heresy and faith. So that the monks that the Saracens were employing were doing this. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the original AI for you. Those walls. Yeah. From what I know, walls take the dip. New players wall a lot. Intermediate players don't wall at all. And then you get pro players who wall somewhat, you know, because they know that, oh shit, I need to get something to prevent this rush. Yeah, here's them. spoilers, we never invaded at all. At this point, this was the major front. And this actually became the front end, but it was a very bad front because nothing happened. People were making hand cannons against an army of skirmishers. Yeah, at this point I was managing my eco. I paid everyone some tribute and said, yeah, let's actually win, please. I think I had a dude coming. I think these Portuguese really could have, you know, made some units to fit the situation, because hand cannons ain't gonna do very well against an army of skirmishers from the Saracens. Oh yeah, here's this. The gates fall, and watch what happens here. They come down and they come down. Oh no, I'm just whacking them with this. And this is how great throwing Axemen are. Even though they are not at all good. Look at them. They throw their axes. Yeah, I didn't see that send help thing, but to be fair, you should have tacked into pikemen. I don't know what you do to deal with this competition. It's a good one, but my bombard cannons were putting in work, whacking them. And I'm sitting here on this new chair evaluating it, saying, alright, is this a good chair? So far I'm thinking it's better than the other chair I had, which isn't saying much because I hated that chair, but it's probably about as good as the kitchen chair I have. Yeah, so he disconnects, he throws a hissy fit, because I didn't send help. And at this point I am sitting here on this front. I send my dudes out, and they start wailing. The point is about these guys, they're pretty cheap. We have lots of trade going up. I grabbed the relic. So it's a matter of how am I gonna... Oh, and this bombard cannon is very stupid. Oh yeah, that was what ended up happening. I probably should have had Vlock on, but at this point I have moved my entire economy. I think yep, it's treadmill crane, and I'm just getting everyone on the Wonder. I don't even remember when this guy disconnected, but yeah. Thanks for him. So here's the glory that is throwing Axemen. At this point they made it into town. And I hadn't realized yet, but Orange hadn't resigned. I thought it was me against the world. I don't get it. Villagers have very bad AI when it comes to building wonders. I don't know why. I get ballistics because it's cheap tech, and I'd rather have every bit of damage helps when you're in turtle mode. So we'll go back up to this front. So at this point I'm making elite throwing Axemen and trying to micro these dudes around so that they can, you know, play. Yep, this is when I realized, hang on, Orange is still here. I only noticed because I saw him building stables and I said, hi, Orange. This is a very nice and balanced control. Green. As per usual, the Khmer player did fuck all. They sent ballistic elephants out every now and then. Yeah, so I just gave him some gold and said, alright, take gold. The tributes were probably a good move. I feel like giving him that sort of would have inspired him to keep playing, because if it just became a trash war, even though the trade line was stopped because blue and grey never actually invaded the Burmese place, I think giving him the gold was sort of a gesture of, hey, we've got this. Now I will turn you off. I am making... What am I doing here? I don't know, probably queuing up more things. These throwing Axemen, if you take one thing from this, if you play Franks, just go for throwing Axemen, nothing else. Yeah, I researched Paladin. I think by the end, yeah, I did cancel it. Because like, well, that's not worth it, I'm never gonna make, you know, actual Paladin. I wall around here, it's a bit of a gesture. Yeah, let's see, did I? Yeah, there's me cancelling Paladin. And saying, I would like more throwing Axemen. You up 12 of them. Well, look what this guy's doing. He's booming. His big mistake, not to bring him down, we did good. But he probably should have. I told him, stop making cavaliers, please. Go for elephants. Yeah, they start coming for us. We nail them. And at this point, I'm just trying to sort my eco out. Get everyone back on because I abandoned everything to build that wonder, and it was 100% worth it. The downside with them was they never got me. But look at these! As soon as one dude comes in, they all just... And that's the good thing about throwing Axemen. They don't need to waste time sorting out, so even though they're not as good as, well, in terms of attack as, say, champions, they can just mash in. They don't need to worry about the mashing in part, because they have range on their side. Yeah, they're still probably not a good unit, but I like them. Isn't that what matters? Playing a game. And another good thing was these skirmishers needed a melee camera. Conveniently, throwing Axemen, get rid of that melee camera. They're also good at rams. Because rams have -3. So if you take anything from this, make a few more. Yeah, there's the first cavaliers. Of course I'm saying no, please don't. Yeah, don't make cavaliers, make... My time speed up. Don't make cavaliers, they're not good. We need, you know, actual... something that can help against the camels. Here you can see is how you use throwing axe, and you just leave them there and they defend. And because they've ranged, they naturally push the line. See, they naturally push the line as they throw them axes. Sometimes they have shit AI. Here I am focusing down the traps. It was a good thing that they died. I might make a thumbnail for this video. Probably just a bunch of throwing Axemen. Yeah, this is an example of their kinda shitty AI. Yeah, there's the town bell ringing. And here I am. I don't get why they do that. They're Mamluks. Oh, and of course I have my thing. It's just villagers doing shit. The point is they're walking up and they're going, yep, let's go out. Throw axe. Pro tip, don't make cavaliers if you're against the Saracens. Oh yeah, there's this one too, which is good. So at this point there's two lines. This line which is losing, and this line which is more winning. In fact, one could say that all they do is win. Yeah, throwing Axemen have really bad AI. And they're doing extra damage because I got arson because I thought I'd be invading, but no. And here's this army designed to counter this Vietnamese cavalier army. At this point I think I'm just focusing on the spam flip. Yeah, I get some houses up here. Give some gold. So that he can probably just keep making more cavaliers and be hard countered by these fucking Mamluks. And I don't get the need for the trebuchets. What are they doing? You know what I want to see? An Australian Civ that's just a reskin of the Indians. And all they do is they just, whenever you click on like a villager, it's like, ah, oh, fuck off, mate. Shit. And I'm not trying to like be political when I say risking the Indians. I mean, we have camels, they have camels. We have gunpowder, they have gunpowder. We don't have elephants though, so I might mod that to be a kangaroo with a bazooka. Yeah, here's that famed pushing power. Where, because the throwing Axemen have such low attack, they need to do lots of hits to kill these camels. It takes 2 rounds of focus firing from this to kill that thing. That's just how weak the throwing Axemen is. I reckon they could give it a buff, maybe 1 attack. Because the point is, well, I think that the Franks are in an alright place now, although they have been much worse because of all the new camel sieves and buffs. But the throwing Axemen is just pretty much never used. Or at least not that I know of. I'm just saying something about Australians. Yeah, and the king could be Scott Morrison. And he just goes on, how can I fuck it up this time? For big coal, shit like that. I don't know what he flared for. Probably say, why is my cavalier army dying? I think he did end up making some, so maybe just one cavalier. I mean, don't get me wrong. We did fine. The cavalier was not a good choice. So yeah, opinion, do you guys reckon the throwing Axemen should be buffed a little? Or is it in a fine place? Or should they nerf it? Because you hate the Franks. In my opinion, yeah. Oh, sorry. I think they could just maybe 1 attack more. Yeah, I'm saying over and over, please stop making cavalry. Please. This is not the time for cavaliers. Yeah, if you could buff the throwing Axemen, how would you buff them? Would you buff them? Are they perfect the way they are? Should they get an infinity attack bonus and have infinity range? Personally for me, what I think they could do, if they don't base increase the thing, they could probably make Bearded Axe give +1 or +2 attack. Because yeah, the throwing Axemen isn't viable. At least, again, not that I know of. Yeah, this Khmer player was garbage. That. Maybe that's why we won. Yeah, spoiler alert, we won. If you couldn't tell, nothing beats this. That's why you don't gate off your fucking trade route. I might speed it up because from here it sort of just, you can already tell what happens. We win by wonder. If we lost, I wouldn't be uploading this game. Well, this was like a really good game. I've had some good games when I've lost, but in general I tend to get quite salty when I lose, so look at these boys go. Make throwing Axemen. Do it for me. They're awesome. Even if they're probably worse Gibedo at this point, but I mean, they serve different things. These guys are the bulk of an army, but Gibedo are raiding units. Hence they're fast. It's about maybe 9. I'm tired, but I'll finish this game. Let's go look at another front. This one. I think this is where I was looking anyway. Yeah, I don't know why he went in for two-handed swordsman. Could have just made more help or some elephants. I don't know. Point is, it was doing good. And do we want to look at this more? This slow line of axe dudes. Where did they get all those axes from? That's the real question. Oh shit, yes, I'm here found. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I just said to him, look, it doesn't matter if you get absolutely destroyed so long as we keep the wonder. Look at them go. Aren't they majestic? Look at how many bloody shots it takes for them to bring down anything because they're such a bad unit. Again, +1 attack on bearded axe would be enough. And that's the game. They never even got this done. Alright, well that was 4 vs 4 against the hardest AI. Well, it was more of a 2 vs 4, but okay, it was a 2 vs 2. Yeah, but make more throwing axemen. They are good. That's all. Bye. Wait, I didn't do this last time. I need to achievements. Look at those units killed. And that largest army. And that economy. Where I got the most trade profit. And naturally, we all explored 100% of the map because I host these on Explore because it's Black Forest. You host Black Forest on Explore. Alright. Yep. Total wonders. 1 wonder. 1 wonders if wonders wonder why, fucking know. And there's the timeline. Where's the survival to the finish one? Oh, there it is. Alright, bye.